Good evening, parents, Bowman band members, and students. My name is Mr. McCraw.
And I am Debbie Salinas,
Eh,
and I am new here this year.
Yeah,
hmm And I have taught for 31 years. I taught in South Texas for 24, taught at Carpenter for 7, and so now I'm here with you guys.
and Mr. Casperson is still here as well. He's just not here for this video, but it's me, Mrs. Salinas, Mr. Casperson here, ready for another awesome year with the Bowman Band. This is our virtual option for our parent meeting. Thank you to those who attended, but if you couldn't make it, please watch this video in entirety. And if you have any questions, just let one of us know. But we're really excited for a great year. Here is our information. Our emails are below. Mine, Mr. McCraw, Mr. Casperson, and Mrs. Salinas. Email is always going to be the best way to reach us. We have a phone here in the band room, and you can see the number is the same. But it's really hard to hear when everyone's playing instruments. So I try and get to it, and the phones are like brand new. So we're trying to figure that out. But email, 100% of the time, you will reach us, and we will reply to you very quickly. Usually, if you just add all of us to the email, one of us is going to catch it and we'll take care of you. If there's any questions, just send us an email right below. Social media also, we have an awesome Instagram account and a Facebook page for those who still use Facebook because it is awesome. We post lots of pictures and fun news about the band and announcements there, concert videos, all that. Please get involved in that. Follow us, tag us in videos of concerts, performances, and everything. It's always really fun, and the kids can follow us as well. We want to welcome all of our new members, whether you're joining us as a beginner or just new to Bowman, transfers to Bowman. We have 350 kids enrolled in band this year. By far, we are the largest organization at school, one of the largest bands in Plano. We're super excited to have your student in band. We have a lot of fun. Whether you're just starting out or joining us, it is a lot of fun. So we want to go through some procedures. If you're with us at the meeting tonight, we did send home the travel bus form. This is like a one-time permission slip for the kids because we do a lot of bus trips. And so this is like for any bus trip for Bowman Band, you sign it and then you're good for the year. If you didn't make this meeting, we're going to send home one with a kid, have them sign it, and just return that as soon as possible. But this just lets us get them all. We also send home on the first day of school our Bowman Band calendar. Please check that calendar this year. Put it on your fridge. It has all the dates and info. We have extras that I could send out. I'd be happy to. We try and keep that as 100% accurate as possible. Sometimes things are unavoidable, and if something changes, if there's another event that blocks our date, I'll let you know if we have to reschedule as soon as possible. But take that as gospel for now that those dates are locked in. Class supplies. Wanted to talk a little bit about our band supplies. Everyone should have gotten a supply sheet for the Bowman Band as we went. Sixth graders and everyone should now know. Miss Salinas has been working really hard on getting all our new kids tested on instruments this week, and I think everyone should know what they're playing now, right?
I think so. I think we're finished with that.
Awesome, awesome. If there is any questions, let us know. But kids should have received a supply list way back in February, March, or if you just joined us, should have that. We'll talk about the supplies. They need an instrument or all the supplies on the sheet. The red book, which you see here, and the yellow book. This is sixth grade beginners only. Sixth grade beginners only need the Standard of Excellence, the red book, and yellow book, Habits of a Successful Middle School Musician. We'll talk about the band fees here in a little bit, but they need their instrument in these books. Seventh and eighth graders, they also need this yellow book. And if you're not a seventh or eighth grade beginner, if you're a seventh or eighth grader who's been in band and you're in one of our performing groups, you need the yellow book again from last year and the blue Foundations for Superior Performance. It looks like this, and make sure it says their instrument on it. If they're flute, it should say flute. If they're tuba, it should say tuba. And we will talk about the band fees as we go, but obviously they need instruments and reeds, and metronome tuner is a big one. It's not listed, but they need a metronome as well. And again, all that was sent out before, but if you have questions, let me know. I want to talk about rented instrument versus school instruments because sometimes this happens, especially if you're new. The examples of rented instruments. Now, these are primarily ones you would get at a music store. Flutes, clarinets, alto saxes, trumpets, trombones, and percussion. Generally, you're going to find those at a music store for a rental. And those are rent to own through the music store. They're really good quality. And those instruments, most of them through their rental will have a repair agreement where if something breaks, and they will, things always get broken. Um, you can go to that music store and they'll repair it for free as part of your rental. And they do step up programs where you can step up into a higher quality instrument as you get at eighth, ninth, 10th grade and everything. So highly, highly recommend that. Now, those instruments that are rented, we have a select few of those available if there is an issue getting rental. The priority is that you go rent them at a store. But if for some reason you are unable to do so, please let me know. Now, the equipment we have of those on rented may not be as of high of quality or a little bit older, but it is an option. But that's almost as a first come first serve. But also keep in mind you will be charged the $85 instrument maintenance fee, which is what all these instruments in red here will have: oboe, bassoon, tenor, or bari sax. If you're a seventh or eighth grader, bass clarinet, French horn, euphonium, and tuba. Now you guys are not renting an instrument from a store. Those are provided from the store. You'll have the $85 instrument fee, which I will talk about shortly. But everyone needs to pay that fee only if you are renting an instrument from Bowman Middle School, not from one of the music stores. If you don't know one of the local music stores, you can get any band supply. Brook Mays Music, Tarpley Music, Band Connection, Music and Arts. Those are available to you. They're all wonderful. We work with all of them. Any little thing you need or big thing you can get at one of those stores. Let's talk about fees a little bit. This is our seventh and eighth grade band members. Okay. We do a lot of travel and socials with the kids. We like to feed them a lot on our trips and things, or, music costs money. We hire in special clinicians just to work with those kids. And to pay for that, we have our band activity fee. All the fine arts have activity fees. Our activity fee for seventh and eighth graders is $25. That is due online on September 12th. If there's any issues, let me know. That includes our travel. That helps our bus keep our bus costs as low as possible because buses just keep going up and up and up. Socials, we like to buy, like I said, pizza. We buy popsicles and candy and donuts on Fridays sometimes for the kids. That's where that comes from, and it just really helps for those kids. And any music we put in front of them, it costs money. That's where that comes from. Every student will be getting a new blue Bowman Band T-shirt this year. Is $10 fee. It is a new shirt for this year, and that is due September 1st online on Rycor. Seventh and eighth graders, we also have a black Bowman Band polo. Now, this is only if you are brand new to Bowman. If you're a beginner, seventh grader or eighth grader, or you transferred into Bowman, you need to get this polo. It is a black polo. Now, this is not online yet. That will come online in the middle of September or so. This is $25. The goal is that you use this for your entire 2 to 3 years of Bowman in the band. So if you were with us last year, you have this. You do not have to pay for this again. Okay. Only if you need one. If you haven't used it, this is what we wear to all of our concerts. It's black, and you'll see a picture later. If you have siblings that are in band that have moved on, that are no longer in band, if you want to use that, just let one of us know, and then you wouldn't have to pay for this. But the goal is everyone has a black Bowman Band polo that fits. Okay.
And so if your student is at a certain size and they're getting ready to go up to that next size, I would go ahead and get that next size so that they can wear it longer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, the instrument maintenance fee, $85 only if you are using a school instrument, is due September 1st. Those who rent from a store, like Music and Arts, Tarpley, Brook Mays, all that, you do not pay the $85 fee. Beginners. Now, your band fee is $20. There's a little less with the clinicians and everything, but everything else is the same. $20 due September 12th. Beginners. Same T-shirt, $10. Everyone buys the T-shirt. Everyone buys the T-shirt. $10, September 1st. Every beginner must buy this polo, unless you have a sibling. Like we said, everyone buys the polo, $25, and you will use it for the duration of your time in the Bowman Band, unless you grow, like Miss Selena said, which happens. Instrument maintenance fee, again, $85 only if you're using a school instrument, and that is due September 1st. We need to get these fees paid. The instrument maintenance fee and the T-shirt and the activity fee should be online on Rycor tonight already. The instrument maintenance fee again, $85 only. Just wanted to drive home only if you're using a school instrument. We don't have the opportunity, unfortunately, to hand out all free instruments. Now, if $85 all at once is tough, you can break down those payments. Just let me know. Let me know. We can't have the instruments unpaid though, so please help us out with that. Online fees. And you've heard me saying the name Rycor a lot already, and probably on emails. Plano ISD and Bowman are pretty much cashless. They're trying to move 100% cashless, like most things now. So only online payments are accepted. You can use this link, studentquickpay.com/PISD. Really easy to make your own account. Link your child's ID number and everything to your account. You'll see you'll see all their fees for all their activities pop up. They'll have, other activities, sports things, fees like that will be on the same system. Library fines, stuff like that will be on Rycor.
And they'll have little, what are they, little blocks?
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
That to look for.
Yes. Yeah. In the middle, you'll have all the fees and other trip fees on the bottom. We will use Rycor for all fees, including field trips, which we'll talk later. If there is an issue, if credit cards issue or your computer is an issue, I can take cash, okay, but I'd really trying to limit the number of cash transactions if at all possible. If there's an emergency or you can only use cash, that is fine. We'll take care of you. But we ask you put it in an envelope with the student's name on it, instrument, and what it's for. So if you're paying the $85 instrument fee, put first and last name in a sealed envelope, instrument, and $85 instrument fee on there so I know what it's for. Sometimes kids will hand me a lunch or a sandwich baggie with no name or an envelope that's blank and I don't know what it's for.
Yeah.
So help us out. That would be great. We have a lot of kids and we want to take care of everybody. Seventh graders. Now this, if you're a beginner band member, you can skip ahead a little bit in the video. But if you are a seventh grader and this is your second year with us in band and you're not a beginner, I want to talk about you and what's different. This year, your student is in one of our 4 performing bands. We have wind ensemble, symphonic band, concert band, and Raider Winds. It's a super exciting time because now we're not in beginner classes so much. We are in full band every day, kind of like the concerts, learning how to play as sections, as musicians, working more on their musicality, working more advanced music and advanced techniques, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And each band, we have more performance opportunities, way more trips. It's starting really soon, and I'll talk about those. You'll have a chance to see them perform in solos or ensembles, small ensembles. We're going to play a lot of times, throughout the year, and we want to see you. Wind ensemble students will also have the chance to try out for the all-region band, which is like an all-star team made up of students from Plano and Allen and Wiley and all these, and we'll be working heavily on that music, and it's really, really exciting. Our bands have done really well at all the contests the past several years, and we're going to keep that up. One other big difference, okay, is sectionals, and I want to bring this up now, and we talk about it. This is something every band in the state of Texas does. Bands across the nation do this. Concert band, symphonic band, and wind ensemble members will have one sectional. And a sectional is where you get together with your instrument group. So trumpets or percussion or trombones, that is a section. Once a week before or after school at their assigned time, it's a rehearsal, and it is graded. It is mandatory. It is part of their curriculum. It is part of their class. It is a grade. We will be testing, working on individual instrument skills during this time. It'll help us learn their music faster. It doesn't replace outside of class practice. We want them practicing, of course, but this is our time where we can really get great music going faster and be more efficient during our rehearsals. When we have a band of 60, instead, a lot of these beginners, they were in a class of 10 or 12 last year, and it was really easy to go down the line. But now, if they're in a class of 60 or 65, it's really hard to get to do those individual specific things. So, we want to help reach every kid. Sectionals will begin next Monday, and your group will either have morning sectionals or afternoon sectionals. Morning sectionals are 7:20 to 8:15 in the morning. Afternoon sectionals are 3:45 to 4:45 or so, and we'll talk about that. Sectionals, we work super hard here at Bowman to work around athletics practice and other school-related conflicts. We work super close with the coaches,
Mhm.
choir, theater, other clubs,
We share.
Yes, yes. We don't ever want to think, oh, you got to make a choice. No, you
Yeah.
could do all the things. And this has worked for us in years past. This is my 8th year here at Bowman, and it's never, ever, ever been an issue, and it won't this year. Sometimes, it's if you have a mixed section, it's a little harder of genders, but for the most part, we're making it work really well. This is the first time, though, concert band members will be required. Luckily, because we have Miss Salinas, there's another hand on deck to where we can, split 3 ways and get those concert band kids in sectionals. That's really good. Um, any unexpected schedule change by one of us, if one of us is out or there's an emergency, we will communicate that on email and Google Classroom what the students will have. Please make plans on transportation on these days if at all possible. Again, if there's an issue with, I totally understand kids being absent or sick that day, or, or if there's a big major issue going on, doctor's appointment, dentist, that's fine. As long as we know beforehand. If you email us or call us before, it's easier than hearing it after the fact, because these are graded. This is our tentative schedule as of now. You can pause this video. Sectional start Monday after school. It's tentative until this Friday after school. We're going to let this marinate a little bit if there's issues. We did a survey in class today to figure out all the activities. I understand there's a few athletics practices that this does conflict with, but you remember this is a once a week sectional only during part of their practice, as opposed to 5 days a week of a sports practice. So we really tried to avoid any conflicts, but some sections had way more students than others. So some got outweighed in that way. But really, we work and share as much as possible where everyone can do all the things. Morning sectionals begin at 7:20 in the morning. You can get dropped off right behind us. Actually, the band hall doors, it's door 16, is bang, bang, bang on the door. One of us three will be here any morning, probably about 7:10, 7:15 or so. You can start getting dropped off then. It's well lit too, but we will let them in, then get ready, and then be ready to start by 7:20, 7:25. Afternoon groups start right after school. So if you were on this list starting afternoon, 3:45, as soon as the 8th period bell rings, come in, be ready to go. We will be done by 4:45, and they can either go back to the rest of their sports practice if they have that, or they can go home and get picked up at 4:45 outside these doors. And if there's a morning sectional and a athletics practice, the cool thing is, especially for girls athletes, we're done with the sectionals about 8:15, 8:20. They immediately go back into girls athletics and back to their practices for the entirety of first period. So it works out. Never been an issue. Again, if there's any issues with the sectional schedule, please let us know. We work super hard, and that just helps us, and they are graded. So just let us know. Football games. All right, 7th and 8th graders. Now, this is the performing group, 7th and 8th graders. We will perform in 2 games this year. And it's coming up. Oh my gosh, Miss Salinas, I'm seeing it. It makes me nervous. Yeah. We've already started working on this music. Tuesday, September 9th. That's like our first performance, September 9th. It is at Kimbrough Stadium. I believe we're playing Auto. The Auto football team, Auto band will be there. Now, if you're an 8th grade football player, the 8th graders will be playing in the football game. We'll be cheering them on. But all 7th graders and 8th graders who are in football, we're in the Bowman band and we're playing in the stands, playing loud, cheering on the team. And it's so much fun. So please join us for that. We are also playing 8th graders. We'll be going to a Williams High School game on Thursday, October 2nd. That's a really great game. And we actually get to go out onto the field at halftime with them during that game. It is so exciting. And the 8th graders, we're going to be talking a lot about high school band, and like they're going to get a chance to see what being in a high school marching band is like that night. And it's a highlight of the year for sure. Again, also East Side Band Night with the Williams, Plano East, and McMillan bands, and the other cluster middle schools will be on Wednesday, October 22nd. We'll get to see the high school marching shows, and then we'll go out on the field again. We're going to play the old classic crunch time, spell East on the field, take a picture. It's a great time. So please join us at those, and students will be wearing their new Bowman Band t-shirts, as you see from last year, their old ones. Private lessons. Okay. Private lessons are a big deal here, and if at all possible, I want to really stress the need for our students to be in private lessons if at all possible. We have an awesome staff of hired professionals on their instruments that play. They are just incredible people, incredible educators. They are background checked, they're hired, they have badges, they are total pros, and they are willing to come and teach the students before, after school, or
During
during their
class.
band
Hmm.
class. And they'll pull them out one on one. They don't pull them out of like their other class, they pull them out of band, and they get extra individualized one on one instruction. And those students in lessons, they fly. They
Yes.
really, really, those end up being some of the best students. And I try not to think of them as tutorials. Like they'll certainly help if you're struggling, but like some people think tutorials like, oh, you're failing math, go to tutorials,
Yeah.
get your grade up. It's not like that. It's
Mm-mm.
you find something you love and that you are enjoying, and they help give you the extra skills. I think of it more like a personal trainer, or like if you take batting lessons or pitching lessons, it's like your own private coach, and they give you extra skills that help them fly faster. So if you're not in lessons, if you were in lessons last year, please continue them. Keep going. Don't think, oh, I did it in sixth grade. Now I'm in this wind ensemble. Now I'm in survive. I'm going to quit. No, keep doing lessons. Keep doing lessons. Also, if you're in eighth grade and you've never done lessons, I would do them now. It's never, ever too late.
No. And you can always learn more stuff. I mean, we're old. Well, you're not,
Oh,
but
I'm getting, yeah,
and we still learn,
yeah,
and it just never stops. So it will be well worth their time and effort.
absolutely. To do that, you can pause this video. There's a QR code and there's a Google form there, and you can sign up and also just receive more information. Lessons, there is an additional cost. That's why we never make it a mandatory except for certain like double reed instruments. But we have certain scholarships available if that is, a need. But if at all possible, especially if you're in like one of our advanced groups, please consider lessons because it makes the student better, it makes our bands better, it makes us be able to play even more challenging, more mature music, and that's what we want. So it's really fun. Please scan this, or I also have private lesson staff information here. You can just pause the video. You can, I'm like the middleman here. Just email the lesson teacher directly and get set up. But please also fill out the Google form for me because it'll automatically send your contact info to the lesson teacher. It gets in hand. It says French horn to be determined. That is coming very quickly. I have somebody. So if you're a French horn person, fill out the Google form and they will get it. It just didn't make it onto the slide. I asked lessons like if you sign up for lessons, like consider it a year-long commitment. All right, don't sign up for lessons and then quit after all region auditions, or don't quit the lessons after a month. Just keep going because it's so beneficial, and we love our lesson teachers. Practicing from home. Now this is for all, but especially our beginners, parents of beginners. Um, Pretty soon, not yet. We don't want instruments going home yet because they haven't started. Now, if they're returning, yes, they should be practicing. But if they are a beginner, everyone should have their supplies. Pretty soon, we're going to start splitting into our instrument classes and we're going to start learning how to put the instruments together and make our initial sounds. After then, and we trust that they know how to put together without breaking and falling apart, um, you'll start seeing the students take the instruments home and they'll be expected to practice almost daily. Um, my my advice is please, please, please be encouraging. Number one, it's going to be interesting. I guess interesting is a good word, right? It's not going to sound pretty initially. It's going to sound kind of scary, and that's okay because the more they do it, the stronger they get and the better they get. Please be that encouragement to them. I've unfortunately seen a lot of kids come excited to practice and they come back and said my parents said it was too loud and they made me stop so I couldn't practice anymore. And that just then they stop practicing and get behind, and it really hurts their feelings, and they get behind.
Yeah, and and yeah, the dog might howl and some things like that.
Yeah,
In my house, that
yeah,
happens some, and and but it really you'll see a huge difference between now and the end of the year,
yeah,
and you'll realize why they need it because they're training their muscles to do things, and it takes some time to kind of get all that worked out.
yeah, yeah. And so again, be that encouragement. I totally understand apartments and sound ordinances and things like that. If you can find a safe spot for them to practice somewhere, mine is my closet away from my kids and my 4 cats. So when I go practice my instrument, it's like locked away in the closet. That's just me. But find some. We do have practice rooms available sometimes in the mornings or after school as well, if that's an issue. We do have a fall fundraiser that we will start up next week, next Friday, I believe. It's a cookie dough sale. Um, we accept donations for this too. It's our main primary fundraiser for the year. It's really good cookie dough, brownies, everything. I will give more information as we get closer about this, but please, our thing, me and Mr. Casperson's thing all these years is many hands make light work. If all of us can pitch in and get a couple of cookie boxes sold, we will reach our goal. And it just helps offset costs, helps pay clinicians, helps with lessons, helps with supplies, all that.
And it makes your life easier at home when
Yes.
the kids want some homemade stuff and you're tired.
Oh, yeah.
And you go, hey, we'll get this out and throw it in the oven.
Absolutely.
Because I've done it.
Oh, yeah. It's so good. And this is actually the only thing that we do accept cash or check on. So if you get a bunch of donations in cash or people buy popcorn or cookie dough, excuse me, and we'll take that. So primarily credit card, but yes. Okay. Concerts, beginners and 7th to 8th graders. We have 3 to 5 concerts this year, depending on the grade of the student. Please check the calendar, help your student be prepared. The concert attire, and this is all of them, is the black band polo, black socks, black shoes, solid black shoes, and black pants, solid black pants. Dress pants are preferred. Dress shoes are preferred, but if you have solid black sneakers or something like that, that is fine. But we just want to look all black because the band looks best when it's all uniform,
Same.
all the same. I will say for our 7th and 8th graders, the first concert will be different. It's our Halloween concert. 7th or 8th graders, you'll be able to wear your Halloween costumes. We're going to dress up. I maybe not told you that, but
Oh,
yeah.
I will.
Oh, yeah.
I
It
will.
is so much fun. That will be coming up in October. So look forward to that. Field trips. Everyone loves field trips. We have a lot here at the Bowman Band, and this isn't even all of them. 7th and 8th graders. We go to Six Flags on October 4th. We also go to Epic Waters Water Park on December 15th. That's always a blast. It's the world's largest indoor water park, or I guess the state's largest indoor water park. It is a super awesome band festival. And all grades will go to a Rangers game in the spring. We went to the Dodgers last year. I don't know if they're going to play the Dodgers. They haven't released the schedule yet, but it'll be April or May. As soon as the Rangers schedule is released, I'll pick the date for that. But that's all grades, all levels, super fun. We also added a main event fundraiser, or not fundraiser, a main event trip in January. We'll give more details as we get closer. But that's just a lot of fun for our older kids too. Beginners, Adventure Landing, that form went home today. So parents, check your kids' folders or binders for that. That is in September 13th. That's beginners. It says 6th grade, but I know we have a lot of 7th, 8th grade beginners. Those beginners are also allowed to go. That went home. We're going to have a video game party for our beginners in November here in the band room. Pizza, snacks, bring your consoles, things like that. Main event also for them in January, like I said. And then Rangers game in spring, April or May. Super fun. Always in need of volunteers. We will talk about that soon. Jazz band is open to any returning 7th or 8th grader or new, like who's been playing. Always fun. We have a lot of fun performances throughout the year. That will meet Friday mornings. So it's kind of like the sectionals. We'll meet 7:20. That doesn't start for a few weeks. We got to get this sectionals going first and get signups. But this is a volunteer group. Anybody from Raider Winds, Concert Band Symphonic, and Wind Ensemble is allowed to join the jazz band.
And it's really fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's really fun.
It is a blast. If you weren't in last year, join it. Super fun. Chromebooks. Students should be getting Chromebooks from their other teachers this week. Hopefully, that's the goal. We use them almost every day, especially early on. We have a Google Classroom page for each band class. As soon as the kid gets it, please get them to accept it because you and them can get our band announcements. Or sometimes I have to send a short, quick email just to a kid or something. That's an easy way to get that announcement. We'll grade things there. We post assignments in there. We post sectional things in there as well. So please help them and make sure it's charged at night. There's nothing worse than a kid coming in first or second period and their Chromebook being dead. So have them charge it next to all their other devices at home. And take care of the Chromebooks too, because they have the shortage. Volunteers, we always have several events, parties, field trips through the year. with over 350 kids in band, only three of us. We need all hands on deck, and you guys are a huge help. Any of the field trips, any football games, we really need help, and it's easy jobs. Sometimes it's just supervising on the trip to Six Flags, or handing out a slice of pizza, or helping us move a little bit of equipment at a football game. Any of that really, really helps. Volunteers will be sent opportunities through the year. Please just go to the Plano volunteer website right here below and make sure your link is updated. Again, if you have any questions, you can just email me or Mrs. Salinas or Mr. Casperson. We'd be happy to answer. Want to thank you as parents. We have some amazing kids, and we know that that means there's great parenting going on. And it's been a long first week of school, but I know like seeing the kids' smiling faces and getting band going again, it's really exciting, and they're excited. So we can't thank you enough for letting them be a part of our program. And we value you, and want you to be a big part of this too. So again, encourage them to practice, keep them motivated. I know as they get older and they get busier, keep making band a priority, because your kids are our priority. And if they make band a part of their life and find something they love, like, let's keep working together.
Right. And I can tell you from experience, for over many, many years, that, kids time and again come back to us, that, kids from after going to college or whatever, and they come back, and a lot of times they say band prepared them more than anything else did.
Yep.
So I'm going to tell you, I'm a little biased because I'm a band director, but I also have kids of my own, and I've seen the growth in them from being in band as well. So it's a really great thing to be involved in.
Absolutely. Well, that is the end of our slideshow. I had a slide for the visit the things. If you aren't here, please make sure these things are turned in. If you have any questions about the bus travel form or instruments or whatever, just let us know. But again, thank you so much for watching this. Send us an email if you have any questions, and it's going to be a great year. Have a good one.